Hello and welcome to Zink TV community channel. I'm Sandra and I'm one of the volunteers here at Zink. Zink TV is full of advice and information about local services and we'd like to invite you to be part of it. You can make a short film of your choice that's related to High Peak or the Derbyshire Dales, and Zink TV will help you make it. Here at Zink TV we've got the editing facilities, the equipment, studio and expertise to help you get a film made of your choice. It could be related to your community, a sports club, an art class or a local event that's taking place. Zink TV will certainly help you get the word out there. Please refer to our website for further information about how to get this made. In this episode we're going to find out what the charity in Glossop, PC Refurb, does, how the supermarket supported food banks during the pandemic, and there's also the 1-minute recipe slot. But to start with, Jane, Zink's senior work coach, will talk us through how to read a person's specification of a job advert.
Hi, I'm Jane and I'm one of the work coaches at Zink. Today I'm going to give you quick and easy tips that will help you to get a job interview. We've all seen job application forms and wondered what to put in this big free text space here. The question there is usually, why are you a suitable candidate for the job or something similar? Well, I'm going to tell you what to put in there, and that comes to the person spec. This sits alongside job description and it tells you exactly what sort of person the employer is looking for. First, look at the person spec and make sure that you meet all of the essential criteria. That's down here. If you do and you want the job, then tell the employer, and the easiest way to do that is to work through this point by point. For example, in the first section here, it asks that applicants have maths and English at level 4 or above. So write that, say that you've got it and say what grade you got it at. Then say how you meet the next requirement. In this case, they're asking for experience in a similar role. So write that you've done this kind of work before over, say, 13 years, starting off with an office role and moving up to a higher executive office position or something like that in 2018. Then say a little bit about your achievements, what you're responsible for example, expanding your department and introducing new ways of working that resulted in an increase in output, say. So you continue to do this, working through the person spec, saying that you meet the criteria and then explaining how. Use specific examples of things that you've done, and then you make it really easy for the employer to see that you meet their criteria. You can make it even easier for them by putting headings, so the employer can easily see how you meet each of the requirements. Many employers have a score sheet and the requirements are all listed down this way, so laying out your application makes it so easy for them to score you, and it also shows that you have a sensible and methodical approach. An application like this shows a good level of confidence. Now, there's just one additional thing. We looked at how that you prove you meet the essential requirements of a person spec, but there could also be desirable elements. If you meet these, just add them in the same way, a heading followed by a statement that you meet the criteria and an example of what you can do to prove that. And that's all there is to do it. This method makes filling a job application in a lot quicker and easier, and it means you have more chance of getting into the interview stage. Happy job hunting, and if you need help, work coaches at Zink are here for you.
That was Zink's senior work coach Jane with lots of helpful tips on how to get yourself a job interview. Every month we're going to aim to show you a different recipe, and we'd like to invite you to submit a recipe of your own. Recipes should have 5 ingredients and can include store cupboard basics such as flour, oil, salt and pepper. The 5 ingredients should be easily affordable, 2 of them should be fresh products and the rest should be tinned or dried. Please get in touch if you'd like to film a recipe for us. This month's recipe comes from Sophie from Whaley Bridge.
Heating some oil in a pan. Then we're going to add our garlic and onion. Just turn this down slightly. Now we're going to add our spice mix. It is time to add our tin of chopped tomatoes. Okay, so now that is simmering away, we are going to add the potatoes. So I'm using sweet potato because that's what I had in, but white potato is fine. simmer the sauce for 30 minutes or so until it has thickened and the sweet potatoes have cooked through. Rice is ready, so I'm going to turn the heat off that. Let's check our curry. And goes the spinach. And you can turn the heat off because there's enough heat in here just to wilt that spinach. So you want a nice healthy amount of curry. And there we have it. Chickpea curry with sweet potatoes and spinach.
Thanks Sophie, that's a really quick, easy, tasty and budget-friendly recipe. During the pandemic, supermarkets really stepped up to support emergency food services such as the High Peak Food Bank here at Zink. We went to Morrison's to find out about the help they provided, which included a donation of a grant that helped set up the community cafe here at Zink headquarters.
Supermarkets encourage customers to donate the food as well as donating surplus stock themselves. I'm here today and we're going to go in and meet Rob, the community champion. So Rob, tell us a bit more about your role as charity champion.
So community champions, so we help the community in what ways we can, be that through helping out through volunteering and services. For example, I've been out today doing a bit of garden with friends at Buxton Station, to donating goods from the simple things of like maybe a bottle of wine to a church fair, to more, sort of more bigger items and stuff like providing to yourselves at food banks like across the area, well just across Buxton. So, like for instance, this morning I've been out getting very wet with friends at Buxton Station, helping to tidy up the Bumblebee Express and the planters at the station. So obviously, and then when I got back, I was sorting out the where the food bank donations come for Viv and Jim, the food bank volunteers to come and collect, to take back to the food bank. So that's just today, but so it can be sort of obviously helping out different groups and stuff, schools, clubs, scouts, whatever.
Zink had some good news recently from the Morrison's Foundation, and Rob's just going to tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so they're very lucky to be awarded with a grant of £14,100 to go towards the new community cafe at the new premises. So we're delighted for that. Right, I'm holding what we call a pick-up bag, which we have in store, and it's suggested items of food that you can donate to the food bank. You simply pick them up on the way into store, pay for them through a till where they're scanned through, and then you put them in the food bank station at the back of the tills. And this helps the food bank and it's a very easy way of donating to the food bank.
That's better.
Right, so once you pay for your pickle bag, I pay for it through the tills, simply put it in the food bank donation station here.
I'm here with Chris, the manager of Buxton's Morrison's store, and I just want to ask you, why is Buxton Morrison so passionate about supporting High Peak Food Bank at Zink?
I think all Morrisons are passionate. It was very much from, sort of beginning of the pandemic. The business donated £10 million, and from there every store's really got it behind it through the community champion. The project regarding Zink, when I first was introduced to it by Rob, I just loved the concept. I love the fact that it was in the community. He wanted to open this sort of little cafe and really support, sort of people that were struggling. Each store, in my opinion, really gets behind their own community because it is their shoppers that come in, day out. Anything that can get behind their sort of their little communities is worth investing. And I'm particularly proud to believe in a store like Buxton in doing what they do. Okay. That's it. Good man. Thank you very much. That's it.
Thanks to all at Morrison's for their help and support at Zink. With more and more services going online, a charity in Glossop, PC Refurb, has been busier than ever, restoring old laptops for individuals and charities both in the High Peak and overseas. Our cameras went to PC Refurb in Glossop to find out what happens at the charity.
Welcome to PC Refurb in Glossop. We refurbish donated IT equipment and give it to those most in need. We provide digital skills training in the community. Many of our volunteer refurbishers face complex challenges themselves. Our mission is to bridge the digital divide and support those most in need. We've also got a strong recycling and environmental ethos about the work we do, and we're really proud of that as well. So what happens when a laptop is donated? PC Refurb's Chief Officer Helen is here to tell us about that.
When equipment arrives, it could be in any condition, but the first thing we do is to log it on our admin system so that we can track it and everything that we do to it. We check every piece of equipment as to whether we can refurbish it and reuse it or whether it has to be recycled. Whatever state it's in, we erase all data so that there's no personal information left on it. I can see this one's going to be good for use. And we use government standard erasing software to make sure there's nothing left on it and no information can be recovered. If we can't use a piece of equipment, we'll see whether we can break it down for useful parts, some that we can reuse or some going to be recycled. When we're happy with the hardware, we install new software so that it's ready to go out to a recipient. Our operations team arrange either collection or local delivery. Our volunteer drivers are fantastic helping us with all of that. We supply individuals that are referred into our charity, and we help individuals in need, we help local community groups, charities, and in the past we've even sent equipment to schools in India and Kenya.
Yeah, PC Refurb is a registered charity in the High Peak, so you can help us to reduce waste and help people in our community. So if you could visit our website, that'd be great. Thank you.
If you live in the Buxton area, you can drop off any unwanted laptops, tablets or smartphones at Zink headquarters and we'll take them to PC Refurb in Glossop for you. One of Zink's core services is the High Peak Food Bank. The food bank operates thanks to the generous donations from the local community, and over the Christmas period, the local community was more generous than ever. Thanks to you, many people were able to have a proper family Christmas this year. Our cameras followed the journey donated food takes to get to the people who need it the most. Many thanks to those who help High Peak Food Bank by giving their time, money or food. That's all from Zink TV for this month. If you'd like to get involved in making a film, please get in touch with us. So until next month, bye.